Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me for the IEEE Collabratec User Features Overview presentation, 2021 edition. My name is Victor Manganaro, and I'm a Collabratec Strategy Specialist. You're seeing the title slide with an index, so later you can view the whole video or just come back to a specific topic for your convenience. So let's begin. I won't read the whole slide, but what is Collabratec? It's basically an integrated global community platform where professionals like yourself in the technology field can discover, connect, and collaborate. And you're discovering IEEE resources such as articles, publications, papers, and people. You can connect with over 200,000 technical peers, including IEEE members and non-members. And you can collaborate in workspaces and communities related to technical topics such as artificial intelligence, blockchain, 5G, or important subjects like women in STEM or the IEEE Foundation work. When you first come to Collabratec, you see a top blue bar. The logo allows you access to the home activity page, which we'll see shortly. You have a search bar, which is pretty robust. We'll take a look at that as well. Access to most used functions, people, communities, workspaces. You can see what's related under the 9 dots, including a user guide. We have a dashboard page, which contains all of your stuff, so to speak. And then recently we've added notifications and messages to this blue bar to give you multitasking capability. And finally, there's a settings button where you can access your profile, your privacy settings, your communication preferences, as well as other settings. This is what the home activity page looks like. You can see in the middle there what is streamed are activities related to your communities, workspaces, publications, events, IEEE TV video, Spectrum articles, and more. You have a filter where you can control that. The default is everything. On this right rail, posts that are trending in communities will appear. The community will show along with the post that is trending. And on the left side is our new member console, which allows easy access to important member functions, which we'll take a look at right now. So here you see the member console. You can easily print out your membership card and certificates. You can access your student branch information, which you'll see shortly. You can access your career services page, which is where you activate your mentee or mentor status, or you can upload your resume. You can select at the IEEE Spectrum filters, where you get to see select articles from Spectrum. There's an FAQ section through the Support Center. You can access the membership directory directly. Your section page, which you'll see shortly. You can get to a list of mentors easily through this, IEEE TV videos again. And this is brand new, where we offer the ability to reach a contact center associate via this chat button. The buttons may look differently in your page. Staff has a different view. If you're a non-member, you'll only see Spectrum and TV buttons. And just for the sake of space, I did include the membership community button that you have access to. As I mentioned, here's your student branch / IEEE section. If you're a student, you will have a student branch page. If you're not, you'll just have a section page, and it basically lists information related to your section or your branch, including the leadership, whose post, and events. So this is really convenient access all on one page. Communities inside Collabratec. When you hit that blue Communities button, it will give you a list of communities and a description. I've simplified the view here with some of the sample communities like artificial intelligence, the entrepreneurship, women in leadership, young professionals, etc. On your right is a simplified look at what a community looks like with your tabs on top, to view activities, files, events, and participants. We'll take a closer look. And there's a sample post. Then there's workspaces. When you hit the workspaces button, you'll see a similar view top down. And here you can see the various participation models: asked to join, invitation only, and open to all. Here's some examples. I believe there's over 1,000 user-created workspaces. And the good news is anyone can create a workspace. IEEE members will have enhanced functionality. Let's look at how you would create a workspace. Pretty simple. You just fill out these 6 items. Frankly, you could fill out a couple of the items and come back later with there's an edit button available. You as the workspace owner control access. So is it everyone by invitation only asked to join? And who can find your workspace? Is it hidden, or do you want everyone to see it? And then you have a storage provider, and that is typically for editing shared files. And you can see here the edit button. This is going to be actually redesigned for easier access and viewing, but you can see that edit workspace is checked, and these items would come up. And then the invite participants has been redone, so it's a much more streamlined UI. I think you'll really like how that is arranged. File management in Collabratec, I picked Region 5. You can see on the drop-downs you have multiple options in what to do with files. You can upload multiple files easily with the Upload Files button. There's a Files History button where you can track what's happening to your files in your directory. And then we have a folder creation where you can manage who has access to the folder. Now, going to people, when you hit the people button, it is automatically filtered to 6 categories: everyone, all people; my network, the people you've entered to your network; the IEEE member directory; IEEE mentors, volunteers, and authors; and then there's a filter to parse down even further. When you select the filter, the number of people are shown on the top who relate to that filter. If you want access to a person's profile, you would click their username or their photo. If you want to add them to your network, you'd hit the plus network button. Additionally, there are other icons to see. What badges they've awarded, there's a drop-down for that. There's 2 blue people shaking hands is related to mentor status. When they are a mentor, if you're a mentee, when you click that plus network button, you'll have an additional item of request mentor on it. And then in every community workspace, the view is the same. When you hit participants, you'll get this similar view, and you could access their full profile as well. So it's a consistent view throughout. The dashboard brings all of your stuff onto one page, including your favorites. You'll see there's a UI to add certain items to your favorites, which include events, files, library, and posts. Your library will be seen here, the communities and workspaces you belong to. Notifications and messages, as I mentioned, have been moved to the top blue bar, so we'll be redesigning this page to make it most economical for you. And you also have a badge summary page, which is nice, which lists all the badges you've earned. As I mentioned, your profile, this is what a typical profile will look like. You have this section here auto-populate from your member account. It will list your education, the groups and memberships you belong to, and your volunteer positions, both past and present. The information for you to fill out would be your photo, your biography, your interests, your experience, special skills, and like LinkedIn, when it's complete, you'll see that 100% bar. It's very important to add your technical interest because that's how Collabratec communicates what is related to those interests, as well as it's an important search filter for other users to find people who are like-minded in the technical area. If you want to edit your profile, there's a Manage Profile button. And then what we do is we give the ability to control what others see on your profile. So you can actually control the view of every element on your profile to be seen by others. So you're in control there. Okay. You can see the icons listed to the left also, the mentor, volunteer, and badges icon. You can view and print and download your member certificates. So there's a member certificates and society certificates button. And then if you want to view everything about your badges, there's a badges button which will list the description, allow you to share, etc. So your profile has a lot of great information on it. As I mentioned earlier about communication preferences, to the left here, you get to decide how often you get a notification. Do you want it in real time, which is a one-for-one email per activity, or you can set it to daily, weekly, and monthly. What happens if you set it to daily, weekly, and monthly, you'll get a summary digest. So you won't get all the information, you'll just get a summary. So it depends on your usage. I would say initially do real time, and then you can pair back. And on your right, you can see the privacy and visibility is set up for who to see your profile elements. Everyone on Collabratec, just your network of people, just IEEE members. So you have full control of that, which I think is really great. Moving on, the power of the search bar. What you would do is you type in a keyword. Typically pre-populated choices come down. What I would suggest is you actually hit the magnifying glass. You get even more options, which includes people, posts, communities, workspaces, news and updates, and others. And what happens is when you select the item you're looking for, you'll get the results, and then you'll get the number of results per category. So it's a very, very robust, and you can actually see the active filter which is based on your keyword there. There's also a search in, and this is showing you the additional search categories. So again, very, very powerful, very robust search engine. In communities and workspaces, you also have a search bar, and that will search for your respective activities, which will be related to posts, participants, files, and events. And use that when you want to see information in your community and workspace. Posting content in Collabratec, pretty simple. You click on the bar, a pop-up window comes up, and you add a subject line, and then you put in your post text. You could also do pasted images, or you can use the drag images box as well to post an image. Another way to post an image is to hit the image icon, and that allows you to edit or add as well, and that's where the image appears, and then you could add supporting text. I want to mention you can paste an image here. We've recently added that capability. You can paste images in comments, replies, and messages too, which makes it really convenient because we all communicate in pasted images in our daily work. If you want to attach a file, we have an attach file button. That's typically for non-image files, unless you want your image not to be rendered. You also do videos where you would add a YouTube URL or embed code. So you could do live streaming if you have an encoder through a live streaming application, and just add the embed code and do a live stream in your community or workspace. And we've done that before, and it's fantastic. Collabratec is fully mobile responsive. We get this all the time. This is our app. All you have to do is bookmark the Collabratec URL using your mobile browser. And this is what it will look like. It works great, and I suggest you try it. Next, I wanted to highlight this because this is really important. We'll be relaunching this very shortly, mentor-mentee pairing. Finding a mentor on Collabratec. it's really this simple. A mentor would come, activate their status. There's a couple of preferences for what type of mentee he's looking for, and then he waits for a request from a mentee. If you're a mentee, you would just easily check the box, go to the mentor list, find a mentor that suits what you're looking for, and I would typically message the potential mentor to make sure that the timing is proper, and then simply request mentor. Once they accept the request, the mentorship begins. A workspace is created, and you can begin the partnership. And this is an incredible feature for IEEE members. I mentioned this earlier. Here's the user guide under the 9 dots. Every topic is covered here. You would basically click on a tab from the menu, and the page related to the subject you pick would appear. And the nice thing about it is there's direct links on every page. So if you selected the Communities button and there's a community you want to directly navigate to, you don't have to go searching around. You click on the link, it brings you right to that specific community. So it works pretty well, and there's lots of screenshots there as well. There's also an FAQ button where we've answered most of the important questions people have about Collabratec. And there's a feedback form, so you can go in there and submit feedback. So that's basically it. Pretty straightforward. We can have some time for some questions, and thank you very much for allowing me to present IEEE Collabratec. There's more to it, and you could always reach out to have an advanced presentation of the other features on Collabratec. Thank you.